I didn't say anything when the wine hit my dress. I remember the cold shock of it more than the color, the way the silk went heavy against my skin. The room inhaled. Someone laughed, thinking it was a joke that would resolve itself. Then my sister's voice cut through the music, sharp, thrilled with itself, and she said I thought I was better than everyone. My mother rushed to her first. Not to me. She whispered the way people do when they're trying to soothe a child who's made a mess, her hand already rubbing my sister's arm. Weddings are emotional. That was the explanation offered to the room, and the room accepted it. People looked away from me with relief. The problem had been named, and it wasn't the wine-soaked bride standing still in the middle of the floor. I stayed quiet. It felt like the only thing that still belonged to me. We left early. No scene, no confrontation. Back in the hotel, my husband fell asleep with his jaw tight, anger contained. I lay awake and opened my laptop. I didn't cry. I added numbers. There's a particular clarity that comes when you stop pretending generosity is mutual. Rent I'd covered. Bills I'd paid. The subscriptions she forgot were in my name. Money sent with heart emojis that were never answered. I totaled it not because I expected repayment, but because I needed to see the shape of it. How long I'd been standing in for consequences. Before sunrise, I drove to my parents' house. Her car was in the driveway, packed like she'd planned to disappear before morning could ask questions. I took everything from the back seat and trunk. I didn't damage a thing. I didn't look around like a thief. I relocated her belongings to my living room and waited for the day to start. Her screaming woke the neighbors. She stood barefoot on the concrete, shaking the locked handle of my door, shouting my name like it was a verdict. When I opened it, I didn't argue. I handed her a chair. The quiet unsettled her more than any insult could have. I slid the printed statements across the table and watched comprehension arrive slowly, like weather. She laughed, then stopped. Told me I was overreacting, that it was just a dress. I told her I wasn't helping her anymore. No emergencies, no loans, no quiet fixes. I gave her back her things, every last item, even the envelope of cash. I kept only the boundary. When my parents came 2 days later, they came without her. They sat stiffly, as if afraid of knocking something over. My mother said plainly that I'd done the right thing. My father admitted they hadn't, that keeping the peace had cost more than it saved. Authority didn't thunder into the room. It arrived tired and honest, and that was enough. The rules changed out loud. After that, I watched from a distance. I heard about the small apartment, the job she used to mock, the walking to work because the car's air conditioning was broken and no one fixed it for her. I felt nothing in particular. Neutrality was new and I liked it. Weeks later, I saw her in a cafe. She was alone, reading, her hair pulled back without care. No performance. She didn't see me. I didn't announce myself. The voicemail came that night. She didn't apologize the way people do when they want absolution. She said she was embarrassed, that she'd spent years being angry at me for winning, without ever asking why she'd stopped playing. I saved the message and didn't respond. Time passed. Quiet held. Then an envelope arrived through my parents. Inside was a check for $75. On the memo line, first repayment. I laughed once, surprised by the sound of it. Not because it was funny, but because it was real. No one was watching her do it. We spoke months later on a call she scheduled and kept. She showed me her apartment. The mattress on the floor, the whiteboard with a budget written in careful block letters. She told me the job was boring and that she liked it, that nothing dramatic ever happened, and that was the point. I don't want to be the girl who breaks things anymore, she said. Her voice didn't ask me to fix that sentence for her. I told her to keep going. After we hung up, I sat in my quiet living room, the one where her things had once been piled like evidence. I realized something had shifted without any celebration. The boundary had held. Not as punishment, not as revenge, but as a fact everyone finally had to live with. I didn't get my wedding moment back. I didn't get an apology that tied everything up neatly. What I got was space. And in that space, both of us learned how to stand without leaning. That was enough.